Today my dad is making Maltese traditional fish soup. Dad, what are you doing here?
So what I have here, darling, is some fish heads, and I put it in about 4 litres of water, and that will be the bulk of the stock for our soup, which is called Aljotta. So this is going to simmer once I get it to the boil, and then we'll add the other ingredients, which we'll show you later.
These are the ingredients that we'll need. First, we'll need some parsley, thyme, some chili, 3 potatoes, 1 leek, 1 onion, and some ground white pepper. Dad, what will we need this for?
So what we do here, darling, is we're going to fry up the onion and leek, and then I'm going to add the tomatoes, and I also add the parsley, and we fry that lightly. And then once that's pretty well cooked, I actually add about 5 to 6 large spoons of the stock into this mixture, and then let that also simmer for a while.
Dad has now cut up all the ingredients, and now we'll start to fry them. Dad has now started the frying process. Dad, do you want to explain to us what you're doing?
Definitely, darling. So I've put in the onion, lightly fried it. I've added the tomatoes. As you can see, I also added some little cherry tomatoes as well, just to enhance flavour. Then I'm putting in all the parsley, mixing that through. And at this point now, I like to add about a teaspoon of brown sugar, just to help with the acidity of the tomatoes. So this is now lightly going to fry for a couple of minutes, and then I'll show you the next step.
Now we've added the potatoes in with the tomatoes.
Okay, now that the potatoes are added with the tomatoes, I now will put 4 spoons of stock. This is the fish stock that's been cooking. I like to sieve it just to make sure there's no scales or anything. And what I'm doing is I'm now allowing the fish stock to cook with my tomato base, which then also helps to cook the potato. And there you have it. This will now continue to cook slowly for another hour. So where we're at now, as you can see, I've removed the fish from the stock, put it in a smaller bowl, and I used a sieve to get all the bones and fins and stuff out of the stock. When this cools down, I'll then pick all the flesh off the bone, so that goes back in the soup, and then I will then move this back into the soup to finish the final product.
Dad has now picked all of the fish off the bones, and he's now going to put it into the stock. Now he's going to get the tomato base and put that in as well. So what's next, Dad?
Well, what's always important is taste your food before you do any more seasoning. So I like to taste it. Yummy. Would you like to taste?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of thyme. Only a little bit, depends how hot you want it, but a little bit of chili just to add a little bit of heat. White pepper, black pepper, and a touch of salt. Stir that all in. And once again, just a little taste. Yummy. So I'm going to leave that now simmer for another hour on very low, and then we will add some rice.
The soup has been simmering for 1 hour, and now Dad's gonna put the rice in. Dad, how much rice do you need to put in?
I only put in like a small cup, the amount of soup I have here, because we don't want the soup to turn into a congee. We still want it to be a soup with a little bit of rice mixed in.
So here is our Maltese traditional soup.
Would love to hear your comments. Enjoy, Caitlin.